So, professors, this profit and loss accounting, what it does is that it looks at all the operations of this sole trader. When I say all operations, it means the trading operations as well as other operations the trader is involved in. So whilst the trading account is only interested in the trading or the buying and selling, the profit and loss account is interested in the buying and selling plus other operations. When I say other operations, it could be rentals, it could be investment, it could be any other thing that is bringing income into the business. So let me give an example. Somebody might be selling television. So his main trading is buying and selling of television. So the profit he makes from buying and selling the television, that's what the trading account looks at, the gross profit or gross loss. But maybe this sole trader is also involved in another operation like repairs. If your television is not functioning properly and you take it there, he can repair it and collect money. So you see, the repairs is not his main trading. So it's categorized as other operations or activities. This television business trader can also go to the bank and do an investment, of course, with some of the money from his trading business. Okay, but that investment is not his main trading business. So it's also classified as what? Other operations. Okay, so the profit and loss account looks at both the trading and other operations. Why we say it is used to determine the net profit or net loss. Now, what does it do? It compares your total income with your total expenses. Your total income with your total expenses. So let's look at some of the income and expenses we'll come across with regards to the profit and loss account. So let's look at income and then look at some of the expenses. I think we'll do the expenses because you are familiar with the expenses more than the income. So let's look at the expenses. Professors, what do you think are some of the expenses incurred by a sole trader? Oh, this one, you know them all. When I mention, say, say, yeah, Austin.
Insurance.
Insurance, very good. Insurance expense, very good. Proportion.
Sir, please, bad debt.
Bad debt, very good. Bad debt. Okay. Just Austin and Portia. The rest of you, please, I beg you. You know now. You know now, Michael. Any expense? Profession. And Michael, and I think I also have Aseda. Oh, you know these things, so you know it, but you don't want to say it. You are shy. Okay, Augustine, Akoli, and Portia. Let's hear.
Sir, should I go first?
Okay, I think Ajiman is here, so the two of you, please stand by. Ajiman, let me hear you, and I think I'll go to Josephine and Augustine. Yeah, so Prof. Ajiman, let's hear you. Discount allowed. Thank you. Thank you. Discount allowed. Very good. Prof. Augustine Akoli. Augustine.
Sir, please, rent.
Rent. Thank you. Prof. Josephine.
Sir, please, utilities.
Utilities. So like electricity bill, water bills, all those utilities. Thank you. Now I'm coming back to the two standby people. Portia.
Sir, please, advertisement.
Advertisement. Thank you. Advertisement. And then finally, Austin.
Sir, please, depreciation.
Depreciation. Okay. So these are the expenses that you'll be seeing. I think in one of the lessons, I should tell you about all the expenses and all the income that you are expected to see under this sole trader or sole proprietorship business. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. I think my professors are doing well. Don't worry. I'll credit your account with some 400,000 Porsche money. Okay. So we know the expenses, so no need, wasting time on listing the expenses, right? Let's go to the income. Please pay attention. The obvious income is the gross profit, right? Which is the profit from the trading. So that one will come into the profit and loss account. If it is a loss, you bring it, right? Then Austin has a question. Yeah, Austin, let's see.
Sir, please, I want to clarify whether the rent it falls under an income or an expense.
Okay. So ordinarily when you see rent, check the trial balance. Is it at the debit or credit? Now, for most of the expenses, they can also become an income. So it depends on the balance. Is it a debit or credit? We know all expenses have debit balance. So if the rent is at the debit column of your trial balance, then it's an expense. But if it is on the credit side, then that will mean the sole trader is rather collecting the rent. So that becomes an income. So we have rent paid and rent received. So you always have to be clear about it, right? Exactly. Another one is commission. When you see commission, it can be commission paid or commission received. If they don't add the paid or received, check the trial balance and look at where the balance is. Is it at the debit or credit? The paid will be at the debit and expense. Commission paid, you are making payment, that's expense. And then commission received will be an income. So you have to be careful with some of them. Okay. Thank you for that question. It was very appropriate. So gross profit is one. Then the obvious one is discount received. Discount received. One of the common income you'll be seeing under the sole proprietor or sole trader account. The other one, commission received. Commission received. Then of course we can also have the rent received. So it's possible that the sole trader, when you go to the market, there are some shops, they don't come on weekends. So what they do is they rent the space in front of them to other people to come and sell, and they take some commission or rent from them. Okay. Apart from these, we also have investment income. Please note this one: investment income, or the interest you are earning on investment. So interest on investment. Interest on investment. We know investment is a fixed asset, right? But if you are getting some interest on it, then that is an income to the business. So professors, these are few, or let me say, the income that you'll be seeing in your trial balance, and you don't have to, forget them. So as for the expenses, I want, yes, Prof. Portia, let's say a question.
Sir, please, what of the decrease in provision for doubtful debts?
Yes, that is not an income. To some extent, we refer to it as a gain. Well, income and gains are treated the same, but there's a little difference between income and what? Gains. Okay.
Okay.
But we'll look at that when we are doing the adjustment. So thank you for that prompt. Okay. Now let me put the distinction there so that I don't get confused. Income is what you are receiving for either rendering a service or providing a product, right? So even sales is an income. right? When you sell goods, but just that it's related to our trading. So we take it to the trading account to deal with it. Now, the other part is the gains. Gains don't come because you have done an exchange of a product or a service, but due to the normal course of doing business. One of them is, in fact, discount received is a gain, because it's not like you provided a service or goods and you are getting it, but you are owing somebody. You are owing your supplier, and when you were going to pay, you say, oh, you don't pay the full amount, gives you a reduction or a discount. So it's a gain, right? And the decrease in provision you spoke about is also part of the gains. But I would want to spare professors with that for now. When we get to the adjustment, we'll look at that provision for bad debt. Okay. But these are the income and gains that you come across. Okay. And then for the expenses, you know them: rent and rate, lighting and heating, advertisement, salaries, insurance, discount allowed, depreciation, interest on loan, all those things, they are there. So let's look at how you sum them up in the formats. So this is the format, ladies and gentlemen, of the profit and loss account. That one also has a heading: profit or loss account for the year ended. For the year ended. And look at what we start with. You start with your gross profit or gross loss. So that is the trading income. You bring that one first, and then you add the other income or gains as we spoke about. And we have seen one of them is discount received, income on investment, rent received, commission received. So when you add these other income to the gross profit or loss, what you get is the total income. And then you less the expenses from it. So you come to less expenses and you less the rent, insurance, advertising, discount allowed, bad debt, carriage outwards. In fact, this carriage outwards there's a multiple choice question around it. Okay, so take note of it. You know that carriage inwards is in the trading account and carriage outwards is in the profit and loss account. So note that. Why? Because you know they are all expenses. So carriage inwards and carriage outwards, they are all expenses. But carriage inwards is a direct trading expense. That's why we put it in the trading account. But carriage outwards is a general operating expense. That is why it is put in the profit and loss account. So watch out for that multiple choice or objective question. Salaries, provision for depreciation. So when you sum all your expenses, you less it from the total income, and whatever you get is your net profit or net loss. Okay, I think I have a question from Augustine. Augustine, let's hear you.
Sir, please, should we follow an order?
Oh, you don't necessarily have to bring rent first before insurance. No, you can start with any of them, right? It doesn't follow any order. So I can decide to start with carriage outwards, or it doesn't matter. Okay. Any further questions? Okay, no further questions. Great. So this is your profit and loss account. So professors, we can prepare the profit and loss account of the question that we saw, right? This question. So let me get back to it. This question. Good. And you see that some of the things we spoke about are visible here. You see rent, telephone expense, interest on loan, right? Be very careful. There are some of them that are not expenses. Now, let me say that your trial balance is made up of your asset, capital, liabilities, expenses, and income. So when you are picking expenses, be careful not to pick your asset, because expenses and assets are at the debit side, right? So if it is not an asset, it is an expense. Okay. So if we go through here, stock, right? Stock is an asset, right? Purchases is an expense, rent expense, wages expense, telephone expense, carriage invoice expense, interest on loan expense. Premises is a fixed asset. Shop fittings is a fixed asset. Debtors is a current asset. Carriage out was expense. Bank, current asset. Cash, current asset. Drawings, it affects capital, right? Return invoice is an expense. Discount allowed is an expense. Now, you know, some of the expense, we have already taken them to the trading account, so no wahala. So the remaining expenses that we need to take to our profit and loss, make sure you don't pick any fixed asset. Students do that mistake. You see profit and loss account and you see something like building. What is building doing in a profit and loss account? Building is an asset, a fixed asset. So your profit and loss account is only your income and expenses. Don't put any assets there. Okay, so let's see if we can do the profit and loss account for this question. So that one too has a heading, profit or loss account for the year ended 31st December 2002. So Professor says you also that the first thing you have to bring per the format is your gross profit or gross loss. Okay. So fortunately for us, this question, we have already prepared the trading account. So we have our gross profit or gross loss. So we had a gross profit. We bring that figure inside here. Let's go and check how much we got. So somebody would ask, do you always have to prepare your trading account before you can prepare your profit and loss? The answer is a big yes. If you don't prepare your trading, you cannot prepare your profit and loss account because you need the gross profit or loss. Okay, so that is 4,180. Then we add the other income, add other income. So professors, what other income do you see here? Based on what we just discussed, the other income, discount received, income from investment, rent received, commission received. Which of them do you see in the question? Yes, Prof. Portia.
Sir, please, discount received.
Thank you. Now, if you are confused, don't be. If you are looking for your income, come to the credit side of your trial balance. This is the side I'm talking about. Because the income has a credit balance. Okay, so on the credit side here, you see sales. Sales is already used, so no wahala. Capital. Capital is not an income. Right? It is owner's investment or owner's equity. You see loan. Loan is a current liability. It doesn't come. It's not an income. Creditors, current liability. Return outwards. We have already dealt with it, right? In the business account. So what is left is the 280, which is the discount received. So add other income, discount received. Since it's just the discount received, you can add it straight away to your gross profit, right? So 280. You add it, that's the only income we had. So you add it and you get your total income, which will be 4,460. Okay. Then you less the operating expenses. So let's look at the expenses. So like I said, if you are looking for expenses, come to the debit side of your trial balance and pick them. So starting from top, what is the first expense? I wish that each professor can give me one expense. So Portia, let me do a roll call. If I mention your name, give me one expense. Okay. Prof. Bridget, what expense do you see at the debit side? Just one of them. Okay, I think Fifi wants to have a bite. Fifi, what is the expense you see?
Same telephone expense.
Telephone expense. Thank you very much. Prof. Bridget, I'm still waiting for you. Also, be to me, mommy back one. At least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 5 of them. And I have 8 professors here. Fifi, you need the from or say telephone expense. Where you need it. So the rest of you, Bridget. Okay, let me know about that. Now, I always advise students to start from the top of the question so that they don't miss any expense. Okay, so let's start. This one is stock, right? Stock is not an expense. In fact, it's opening stock and has been used. Purchases, no, it has been used in the trading account. So you see, the first one is what? Rent, 600. So rent, put the figure there, 600. We go to the next one, which is wages. This wages is a direct trading expense we have used in the trading account, so no wahala. You come to the next one, telephone expense. That one is 260. The next one is carriage inwards. We have already used carriage inwards. The next one, interest on loan. If you go and take a loan and they are charging you interest, it's an expense. So interest on loan, 100. The next one, the next item you see there is premises. Premises is a fixed asset, so it will not come here. Shop fittings is a fixed asset. Debtors, a current asset. Carriage outwards is an expense. Carriage outwards. Now, what is carriage outwards? Is the transportation of goods outside to the customer or to the market to go and sell. After that one, we have bank, which is a current asset, cash current asset. Drawings, it will affect capital. Okay. Then you have returns. Returning was, we have already used it. Then the last one, 150, which is the discount allowed. Remember, discount allowed has a debit balance and the received has a credit. So put it there, 150. And professors, that is all for your expenses in this question. So you get the total. So please, those with calculator, what is our total?
1,290.
Okay, 1,290. Now Portia is back with her numbers. Okay, so are we going to get a a net profit or a net loss?
A net profit.
Okay, so total expenses. Proportion, give me the figure again.
1,290.
290.
Yes.
Okay. So when we subtract, what we are going to get will be a net profit. It's a net profit because the total income is more than the total expenses. So what will be the net profit? How much?
3,100.
3,170.
Okay, awesome. And that is it, professors. That is it. As simple as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, S, Y, Z, S, Y, Z. So that is it about your profit and loss account. So your major hurdle is for you to know your income and your expenses. Sorry about that. Okay, so any questions before I confuse you a little? And the confusion is that in some cases, or let me say most times, you will be asked to combine the two. So you'll be asked to prepare the trading and profit or loss account. Please, when it happens like that, it's not anything strange. What they are trying to tell you is that, first of all, the heading will change. So the heading will be trading and profit or loss account for the year ended. You start with your sales because the trading account comes first. Do everything, get to the gross profit. And then right away, you add your other income and less operating expenses. That's all. You don't have to do any gymnastics PR. So let me demonstrate that in this question that we solved. Okay. So in this question that we solved, if we were continuing, okay, or if we're doing the two accounts together, then this is how it was going to be. Immediately after getting the gross profit, you don't go and write the heading profit and loss account, right? You continue with add other income and less operating expenses. Okay. So this is how it would have looked like. So you just continue without stopping. Okay. I think there's a question for me. And then the heading would have been trading and profit or loss account. That's all. And then everything starts from the sales right until the net profit. Okay, Austin, let me hear your question.
Sir, please, I wanted to ask. When you are finding the account, you need to know the gross profit. So won't that mean it will always be an income statement, like, or you won't show working for your gross profit when you are doing only the
Oh, I think the network is chopping your question. Oh. So please retake the question. Let's see.
Say,
Uh-huh.
I said, since when you are finding the profit or loss account, not with the combined trading account, you
Okay.
need to know the gross profit.
Yeah.
So won't that mean always the workings for the gross profit will be attached to it like this already? Or you won't add that one to it?
Oh, okay. So you are asking in a case where probably the examiner asks you to prepare the profit and loss account and not the trading.
Not both of them.
Okay. So if you have a question where the examiner says prepare the profit and loss account, then you also know that before you can prepare your profit and loss account, you need your gross profit. So then you have to go and prepare the trading account as workings before you bring in the gross profit into your profit and loss account, right?
Except will you show workings for that one?
Yes, you'd have to do workings, which is the trading account, to get the gross profit before you can prepare the profit and loss account. Austin, are you clear? Yeah. Okay. Now, let me also say that, you see, I gave you a hint that those businesses that do or or render services. For them, we don't prepare trading account for them. Like the barbers, the restaurant, they are rendering services. For them, we start from the profit and loss account. Okay. Now, the trading and profit and loss account can be referred to as income statement. So if the examiner says prepare income statement, it's the same as you preparing the trading account and profit and loss account. Okay. Just that the income, please listen carefully, the income statement of a sole trader who is rendering services will be the same as the profit and loss account because they don't have the trading account. Likewise, the income statement of a sole trader who is buying and selling goods, that will be the trading and profit and loss account. So note these distinctions, and I think we are good to go. So professors, that is the profit and loss account. Today is CPD day for teachers, and I'm supposed to be at the assembly hall, and they are talking about cyber security, whatever issues. Yeah, so that professors will not hack into my account and take away 400,000 Ghana cedis. The likely professor is Portia. So what I'll do is I'll put few examples on the page for you to try your hands on. So I'll do one for just the profit and loss account, and then maybe one for doing the trading profit and loss account. Which is which? Hey, professor, someone pass assignment be real. But today is Friday. You have tomorrow. Submission will be somewhere Monday. So you have tomorrow and Sunday. So let me worry you some more. I'm begging you. So I'll put some illustrations on the page for you to try and submit for me to mark. Please, I beg you. I have 7 professors here. Please submit now. Let me mark. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up here. The session is almost up, 3 minutes to end. Thank you very much for making time with Mr. Amwa. I hope the things we discussed went well or sank well, and you understand, if not all, at least 90%. Yes, Josephine, a question.
Sir, please, can you repeat the last statement you made about the profit and loss and the trading account?
Okay, so I'm saying that, you see, the sole proprietorship business may be a trader or a service business. So the sole traders, they have the trading account and the profit and loss account, which we can also call the income statement. But if it is a service businesses, they don't have trading account. Why? Because the trading account is only interested in buying and selling goods, things you can see and touch. So if you are rendering services, you don't sell goods. So you will not have a trading account. You would have a profit and loss account. So I'm saying the income statement of a service business is the same as the profit and loss account. And the income statement of a sole trader is the trading and profit and loss account. So I hope that point has been well made.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you too, Josephine. Okay, so my professors, Aseda, Augustine, Austin, Fifi, Josephine, Michael, Bridget, thank you very much for making up for class today. I'll put the illustration. Please answer whether you get it wrong or I don't care. You just answer. Let me mark. Okay. And please take good care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye. The males, they don't want to say bye-bye. They are doing thumbs up. No problem. Anyway, I didn't speak about the science and math quiz. Oh, bye-bye. I don't want anything. No, bye-bye.